So with the prosecution's opening statement, it looks like their big smoking gun evidence that Kyle initiated the contact with Rosenbaum is an infrared video from the FBI. So the prosecution says that in the video you can tell that Kyle is initially following Rosenbaum when he has the fire extinguisher, but he's just asserting that. He might just be walking in the same direction as Rosenbaum, but isn't specifically following him. He's just asserting he is. Then he said this.
Car source. There are some cars on the north side of that lot. Mr. Rosenbaum peels off behind those cars, and the defendant stops on the other side of those cars and turns towards Mr. Rosenbaum. Now, obviously, in an infrared video from a plane overhead, we don't know exactly what was going on at that very moment. We don't know what words were said. But what's clear is whatever that confrontation that was initiated by the defendant started, it caused Mr. Rosenbaum to come around the cars and start running after the defendant.
So he admits we can't know what happened with that video, yet just asserts that we know there was a confrontation, Kyle started it, and that's the reason Rosenbaum came around the cars and started chasing Kyle. So it seems like the one argument he's trying to set up is that Kyle was the aggressor based on his assertions. Then it seems like he's setting up another argument with this.
Dr. Kelly will testify that these wounds caused Mr. Rosenbaum to start falling face forward. And you will see video of his body where it is found. He lands on his face down on the ground. As he is falling, the defendant fires two more shots. One of them hits the defendant in the back, Mr. Rosenbaum in the back. And that is the shot that kills Mr. Rosenbaum.
So it seems like the other argument he's trying to set up is Kyle couldn't have been acting in self-defense because he shot him in the back. Which is ridiculous because Rosenbaum went at Kyle. Kyle fired 2 rounds, according to the prosecutor, which made him fall. And then as he's falling, he fires 2 more. And as the angle you're falling down, he fired these shots, all 4 of them, within under 1 second. So it's going to be easy where you're going to end up hitting him possibly in the back. That doesn't mean you weren't acting in self-defense. And I think the case hinges on this first incident because I think they're going to argue that all of the other attacks in the street were just a bunch of people trying to stop an active shooter. So if that's all they got, their case seems pretty pathetic and hopefully they end up losing.